Hi, everyone. My name is Kelly Chinsky, and I am a teacher at Herforth Elementary, and I teach in a Montessori classroom. Currently, I teach first and second grade, and next year I'll teach first, second, and third grade. Before I screen share with you, I just wanted to talk about today, we're going to be talking about communicating globally. And I want to show some examples of what my students and I have been working on and some goals for the end of the year. So I'm going to kind of show you with a Prezi, and then I will screen share and show you the procedures and how to do that. So bear with me for a moment as I screen share. For myself, it's easy for me to kind of start with a Prezi to show you my outline and things, and then I'll go further. But I'm going to talk today about how I use Google Plus to connect globally. What is Google Plus? Google Plus is a social network from Google, and you can find it on your drop-down box. And in a couple of minutes, I'll show you exactly how to access it. The key benefits for Google Plus, you can access Google Plus with your online account through the district, and you can also access it at plus.google.com. I'm going to show you mainly today connected classrooms, and this is within Google Plus, and I'm going to show you the different things that I've done within connected classrooms. One of the main things that I wanted to show here was virtual field trips, and this is something that I invested in time over the last couple of months with my students and tried to figure out exactly how to sign up for virtual field trips and how effective they were with my students, and I found that they're amazing. I wanted to show you a couple quick little videos of what it looked like in my class. We have now signed up for 3 of them. We've done 3, and this is just a quick tidbit from one of the first ones I believe that we've done.
Also on our Q&A app we have coming in, this is Chinsky's classroom, is what is the biggest marine mammal in Maine? I'm glad you brought this up. So
Good job, Colin.
I show you 58 species
You liked your
of mammal,
question.
I do not include marine mammals, but there are lots of marine mammals that do come to Maine at certain parts of the year. The largest would be whales or mammals, and some of my favorite are seals. So seals are very common to see in Maine, and they come here during pup season. So seals, their babies are called pups, and they'll leave their seal pups up on the rocky coast as they go out in the ocean. The mom's hunting for food, and a seal. A marine mammal institute in Maine, they go around and they rescue marine mammals that need it. Great questions there. Let's go.
So there you can see the him interacting with the students, and my students have a really, really fun time when there's a Q&A section here. And I really like within the virtual field trips how he has different programs for them to answer. They use Kahoot. This is a question and answer. My students go up and they type on the computer questions they have based on the lesson that he presented. And he will say, as you saw in the video, Ms. Chinsky's class from Texas. And on this current virtual field trip, I believe there were 54 different elementary schools globally around the world. And so it's cool to kind of have a shout out for the students. They really like that. This is also him talking here in this video.
The type of habitat that it offers. And one thing that people tend to not think about too much is that, different wildlife have different equipment to do their jobs in different habitats. So every kind of animal cannot live in every kind of habitat. So Maine offers a diversity, and
that was a little bit of, I had to quit that one. I wasn't having orientation of my camera properly. But here I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of, they had an animal sanctuary that he presented here on this lesson, and she actually showed animals, and the students really enjoyed that, and you can see all of them. Normally they have a snack out. We talk about before the virtual field trip, we have questions that we want to pose based on what we already know, our prior knowledge. The students sit and they listen, and we have questions, and it's very interactive. And so this is just one of the virtual field trips. And as I lead you towards this Google Plus, I'll show you exactly how to access that. But I wanted to show you kind of how it happens in the classroom and what it might look like. I also am going to talk about collaborating on projects Right now, currently, we're working on a school garden project, and we're collaborating with a bunch of different classrooms around the world. We actually also have a couple of interests for students that are being homeschooled, and we have a garden here at our school. And so we've set up a Google slide, and we're collaborating. The students are going back and forth, and we just started it, so it's exciting to see kind of how it's going to turn out. But they are working with different schools around the world and their gardens and how they are growing and comparing gardens and seeing the different type of climates and what things can grow. So I was also going to show you that. And lastly, what you'll see today is you'll see some other communities that you can join on Google+. So this is kind of like our outline. And now I'm going to show you some examples. So Google Plus in general, how to access Google Plus. So when you go onto Google, and you can see here where you're going to click on your Google Apps, and Google Plus is already an option here, an icon. And myself, I am already logged on. So if you were not logged in, then you would log in with your Garland ISD credentials. And you can tap here to Google Plus. And when you first open up Google Plus, this is actually a community that I'm already a member of. And so on the top is where you would search different things of interest for you. And this is also obviously a platform not just for educators, but really for anything in your own personal interest. I'm using it for education purposes here. These would be called communities. So these are communities that you would be joining. And this community Connected Classrooms, I'm going to focus on today and show you how I was able to book the virtual field trip and how I was able to conduct the different slides with different teachers around the world. They are all within Connected Classrooms. Now, also, I have joined Garland ISD's Balanced Literacy, Google Classroom. My school itself has a community, and a vegetable gardening, because that's of interest with my school, and a Montessori. Those I won't delve into today because those are not basics of the topic. But Connected Classrooms, when you do join, you would type it in the top. And when you do join, it will take probably, when I went to training, I was told it would take about 12 hours, but I got membership within about an hour. So it could be pretty quick. So once you join and they tell you you're a member, then you will get into this community. And it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. There are tons of things that I want to do and I haven't. I just kind of wanted to focus in on a couple of things. For me, and a goal for my kids was to connect globally and to show my students how they can connect with other classes around the world. And so as you see through here, it's a huge variety of ages and grade levels and things. And you'll scroll through. And when I was overwhelmed at first, I kind of looked through and I was thinking, what exactly do I want? And I started reading through with the different teachers and educators that had different requests. They just kind of write it out, and you can write out requests here. I haven't really gotten into a lot of requests yet. I've just been kind of getting my feet wet and responding to people of interest for my class needs. I do want to show you the virtual field trip. So as you scan down and you look through here, these are all the members and different things that they're posing that they need or that they want. And I kind of started going through, and I was really interested in the virtual field trips. So I was trying to look for those, particularly in the beginning. And this is Brandon Hall, and he is the one that does conduct the virtual field trips within this community. And there are some others, but he's the one that I've been signing up for. It's very easy. This one right here, when you first see it, he tells you the topic of discussion. He tells you the date and the time, and sometimes there's different times offered. A lot of times there's a lot of different dates offered. And if you're interested in this topic, then you would click on it for registration. And it gives you a lot of information here. Register for this event below. And here you can see where he has different dates, different times, what works for you, what works for your class. What I really like, he has the grade levels. There are on-camera spots, which are really great. I have not ventured out to do that yet, which means my class would participate to get on camera, and he would have questions that he would ask them. And I have not done that, but we will in the future do that. There also are lesson plans that are already provided for you. So you can preview the lesson plan, and you can see exactly what he's going to hit, some questions prior to the virtual field trip. giving your students some knowledge of what's going to be to come. There's vocabulary you can talk about before. There are also different types of, I wouldn't say worksheets. He has different types of mappings that you can use afterwards for the students to apply what they learned and to fill out. So you would register on here, and it gives you the steps to do so. And there are a bunch of different. This virtual field trip was one that we just recently did. It was really, really great. The students really enjoyed it. We clicked on here, and I normally probably do it about a week or two out and plan for it, and the students get really excited. We talk about it quite a bit before that. Another thing that I was interested in that I was talking about was the garden project. So I wanted my students, with the virtual field trip, they are connecting. They see other students. There are 3 typical on-camera spots of different students in different states, some of them in different countries. And they pose questions. The students help me to answer them. And I just wanted the students to have a chance to do something a little bit more in depth. So I was looking for another school that was willing to do a gardening project. And I stumbled across a class that had a garden that they just had created, and they wanted the students to be able to communicate back and forth about their garden and to be able to talk about how the growth and the different climate areas and just really get good conversation going about their school gardens. So I had found it just through reading, and I could spend, 20, 30 minutes in here looking, and you can kind of see this is for high school, 7th graders, 2nd graders. And so when you feel that you want to comment on them, you would click on the comment. And this teacher particularly is looking for a hangout for her 2nd grade class, and it was today at 12:15. Email if you're interested. And so you'll comment and say, what exactly are you looking for? And back and forth between communication, and then you can Skype or you can whatever you choose to use as your program to communicate. This mystery hangout and things, that's what I'm going to try next with my students. And I think that that'll be really, really cool for them. And I had to kind of ask a lot of questions to ask exactly what is mystery hangout? What does it mean? What will we need to do? What does it entail? And so making sure it's a huge network of teachers, educators that are willing to help each other out to get their students to be involved with one another. But I do want to show you the gardening project. So on here, when you want to post something of interest that you have, you would click, and then it will shoot out to everyone on here, and you can communicate back and forth on what you want to do. So this teacher this is the Google Slides, and so this is our garden project, so to speak, and it says, how does your garden grow? So it's a collaborative global garden project, and this teacher right here was one that started it, and she started with the first slide, and she's from Heartland North Elementary. Sorry, I was just told that you guys cannot see anything, so one moment, please. Let's see if you can see me again. Can anyone see? Are you able to see me? Are you able to see me? Let's see. No. I think the Wi-Fi went out.
Okay. That probably is.
Can they see?